We're so happy to be back. We missed y'all. Hope you guys have been good on our little hiatus there. Jayme had a delightful experience going away to Thailand for a couple of weeks.
I'm so at ease.
Oh, so delightful. I got to not go on vacation, but also take a little hiatus, which was great. And we are back for season 3 of Pitch and Bitch. Oh my God, I'm so excited, you guys. Jayme, are you excited?
I'm so excited too.
Because this season we are tackling, drumroll, the Final Girls.
Woo!
It's our Final Girl season, y'all. I'm going to get so nerdy with this. You all aren't even ready.
I'm very excited to deep dive into the wonderful world of Final Girls because all of the classics
are in here.
Yes,
Me too. I'm so
yes.
excited. And because we've decided we're going to start doing some deep dives, we got some other news for you guys. We're going to be swapping over to a new format starting this season. You're going to get a brand new episode the first Monday of every month, and that is going to be our new structure so that we can go in a little deeper, a little more detail, do that deep dive, as it were, and bring you guys some awesome new episodes. So we're really excited about it, and let's get into it.
We're also hoping to sprinkle a bonus episode in there once in a while.
Yeah, do a little trip to the movies, maybe see something new, something special.
Exactly. We all like snacks.
Right? We like snacks. We like surprises.
We like the Coke style free machine. I like it.
I do. Being able to mix and match your beverage, always a good time.
So excited to do this series. This will be a fun one to deep dive into.
This is going to be so great. I'm also going to wind up spending a lot of time talking about one of my favorite books, which actually is what made me into a big horror fan. So you're going to get a little bit of Becca lore here. There is a truly fantastic book that I would highly recommend to anybody who is interested out there. It's by a woman named Carol J. Clover. She actually coined the term Final Girl. That's where this comes from. It is a book from 1992 called Men, Women, and Chainsaws. And I cannot recommend it highly enough because this is an examination of gender in horror film. I believe it's actually technically her thesis, if I remember correctly. I bought it years ago in a random little bookstore. I had no idea what it was. I was like, this sounds cool. Sure, why not? Picked it up, read it. It blew my fucking brain apart because I was not someone previously who enjoyed horror films for a lot of reasons. They freaked me out. I didn't like them. I had the whole view of like they're misogynist and like I'm not down. I read this book, as I say, blew my fucking brain apart because she is the person who posited the idea of the final girl and being a feminist figure. And she's so right. Like, that was what got me. And there are references to her book, not only all over the movie we're going to discuss today, but like basically she wrote about all of the movies that we're going to be discussing. So if anybody is interested about the idea of the final girl as an archetype, I cannot recommend the book highly enough. It is fantastic.
I will be reading it as soon as possible.
I'll lend you my copy.
I 100%. I'll listen to the audiobook.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're an audiobook.
I'll crush the audiobook for sure.
It's great.
I'm stoked that you brought that up because that is going to be a main point in this series. And on top of that, it's just one of those books. It's been around for so long.
It has. And the idea, like, I think there are a lot of people who understand the idea that the final girl is seen as a feminist figure. This was the woman who posited that. So I feel like we should take a moment and give her credit. Because she deserves it. Carol, you crushed it, my girl.
I also genuinely like slashers. And
I do too.
So this will be, this is just fun on that spectrum as is.
And she does also cover not only slashers, but like rape revenge and all the sort of like subgenres that include Final Girl and things like that. So it is a more comprehensive look. But yeah, as I say, I love that book so much. It's why I love horror as much as I do. So without it, this podcast would not be. So
what a fun series to do.
Exactly. I'm really
stoked.
Excited.
Yeah.
And we're going to start off so strong today with The Final Girls from 2015.
Have you heard of it?
Have you heard of it? Had you ever seen this before, Jayme?
I have, actually. I watched it maybe a few years ago, just from other podcasts talking about it, because I do like to listen to other horror podcasts as well.
Really? I never would have guessed.
No way.
Never would have known.
So I was stoked that we were covering it because it was a fun one to revisit. But then I remembered the points where I was like, I wish it was just a bit stronger.
That's so fair. I had never seen this, and I had heard about it for so long. It had been on my list, and when we decided to do the show, I was like, okay, I'm going to save it, and we'll watch it for the pod. And honestly, This was so much fun.
Wasn't it?
This was so fun.
So many like, oh my gosh, this person's in it.
Right?
Like I forgot who was in it. And
also some great fun facts and lore that I'm going to get into with you guys. Like this movie is shockingly layered, like even more than I realized while watching it. It was only when I was doing the research, I was like, oh my God. So
great.
Right? So let's get into it. So The Final Girls is a release from 2015, directed by Todd Strauss-Schulson, I believe is how you say it, and written by Mark A. Forte and Joshua John Miller. Remember that name for later, friends. It's going to be important. So it's starring Tessa Farmiga as Max, Malin Ackerman as Nancy/Amanda, Nina Dobrev as Vicky, Alia Shakawat as Gertie, Thomas Middleditch as Duncan, Christopher Ludwig as Chris, and Adam Devine as Kurt.
solid.
So solid. I don't know if there are any other Workaholics fans out there, but like Adam, you're insane and I love it.
Especially because it was just
it's that era.
You can tell.
Yeah, it's that era
It's
of
so
Adam
great.
DeVamp,
Yeah.
and I'm so here for it. So did you like this movie, Jimmy? What did you think of this?
Really like this movie. It was just like meta and fun and cute and casual, and it just brought up a lot of references and things from what I like of previous slasher movies.
It's true.
Wish it was just like a little more solid on the lore, you know?
That's fair. I think they did focus a little more on the emotional beats, which also, like, as somebody who hadn't seen it, like, I knew the premise, so I knew there were going to be some emotional moments in it. But I actually found myself, like, tearing up a little bit. I was like,
oh no, 100%.
My heart.
It really, it's a drama.
This movie's got some heart.
Yes,
like, it does.
yes, it does.
So let's do a quick little synopsis over here for those who may not have seen. So, when Max and her friends reluctantly attend a tribute screening of an infamous 80s slasher film, Camp Bloodbath, that stars Max's late mother, they are accidentally sucked into the silver screen itself. They soon realize they are trapped inside the cult classic movie and must team up with the ill-fated camp counselors, including Max's mom as the shy scream queen, to battle the film's machete-wielding masked killer Billy. With the body count rising in scene after iconic scene, who will be the final girls left standing?
Amazing. Thank you.
No worries. Happy to help. But such a fun idea. And like
it is.
What I really like about this is it sounds kind of like a weird or like stupid idea for a movie. Like I remember when I first found out, like when it came out, I found out about it and I said to a friend, I was like, oh, that sounds fun. He's like, that sounds like the dumbest shit I've ever heard. Like this sounds like a terrible movie. And I could see why someone would think that from that premise. But honestly, they killed it. They did so great. It's so fun.
Explaining the premise to somebody, and when you say it out loud and when you put it into, a solid synopsis, you're just like, oh, no, this is a really cool idea. And it does pull at the emotional heartstrings for sure.
It really does. It really does.
And it's meta and fun and light in the fact that it's picking apart something that we already are familiar with.
Right? We know all of these tropes.
And we
know
love
these
them.
cliches and we love them. Like everything from, the stupid slutty camp counselor girl who can't keep her clothes on.
She was the best.
She was the best, Tina.
She was the best.
I have her listed under my best in my notes is Tina. Tina kills it. I loved her. She was so funny. She was so good. Like the fact that they had to duct tape oven mitts on her hands so she wouldn't take her clothes off.
I get it.
Girl.
I get it.
Yeah, honestly, sometimes that's how it happens.
You have a few sugary drinks, adrenaline.
Apparently, while they were shooting her iconic dance scene at the end,
yes,
it was entirely improvised by the actress. She just pounded half a dozen energy drinks and went on set and just let her rip, which.
The only way.
It's the only way, yeah.
It's the only way.
You couldn't choreograph that.
No, 100%.
And having to have supposedly taken, 30 Adderall?
Yes.
It's I feel like you would be in the hospital if that was the case, but.
I enjoyed the fact that everything in that movie world was turned up to 11.
Yes.
Because in this reality, these characters only know to be their characters. They're not actually a real person.
Yeah,
it's a facade, which is so crazy because then it just makes everything so have so much more emotional weight because when she sees her mom for the first time in the back of the van, oh my gosh, your heart's just but she's actually where she can touch her, which is crazy.
Right? You can have this reunion and all this stuff. Yeah, it gets you right in the feels.
I'm not sure if you have this listed as a fun fact, but I did see somewhere that they did have to change around some of the editing.
They did. They also did some reshoots and things for this movie because they tested it and it didn't test very well.
No.
Which I find kind of shocking. But apparently this movie also had a lot of different iterations. Like, the script changed a lot. They did a lot of different things. Excuse me, for example, in the original, they actually had different effect on the people who got sucked into the movie. So like our main characters, they were supposed to start undergoing physical and psychological transformations after they enter the film. So like the girls' waistlines shrink and their boobs ballooned and like the guys got stupider and like more buff and things like that. And then in the original script, Gertie was so like excited about being super hot that she basically tried to sabotage her friends so she could stay in the movie because she wanted to live that life.
Great. Okay. See, this is where I feel like the movie kind of suffers a little bit because it does feel like they played on such comedic beats, but it didn't really mesh well for some reason with some of the dramatic ones.
Right? It does feel
it on
a
a second rewatch
a little bit. Like
it feels like it just clashes just a wee bit.
Just a touch. Yeah. I feel like we maybe needed
because that's very campy and I do like that.
I feel like we almost needed like a little subplot like that. Just something small. It doesn't even need to be like a full B plot, but just like something little to kind of bind the two things together, like the comedy and the heart and all this stuff, and like kind of just mesh everything together. I feel like that was what was missing.
Yeah.
Because, you know, like they had Gertie who like has a thing for the other camp counselor and stuff, but that is literally in like 2 scenes. Like that's not a subplot.
It was so cute though.
It was cute. Like I was into it, but like at the same time, they could have like fleshed that out a little bit more.
I agree.
Or something like that. Like they could have given us a little more.
I do like it would have been funny if they were just like, wow, we really got to like change our clothes, or if they just like it would be. I do like that.
Yeah.
It's funny because that scene sounds very much like the scene in Scooby-Doo when they like start swapping bodies.
Yeah, when they swap bodies,
like
that's just what I was thinking.
Oh my gosh, ridiculous. But see, that's why it's too much of a ridiculous beat.
Exactly. Like I see why they removed it.
Me
because,
too.
Like the overall theme of the movie is a little more emotional versus just straight camp comedy.
It sucks because I still like that though.
I do too. I'm
not sure if it's maybe just the speech with Nina Dobrev. Like if that was just maybe cut just a little bit more, because I still like that beat, but I wish it was like maybe condensed, because then it goes into monologue territory.
We didn't need it to be that long,
which is something that I struggle with in movies. I don't like monologue after monologue.
You're not a soliloquy kind of gal where he's just talking into the camera. That's not your thing.
No.
Oh my God.
Well, especially if it's like it eats time.
Honestly,
it doesn't push the plot. I get it, but I don't love it.
Don't watch any Mike Flanagan, then you'll hate it. He's the king of a monologue.
He's not my favorite.
He's the king of an actor monologue, which is why actors love him.
Slow burn.
Honestly, I am the opposite. I'm a huge Mike Flanagan fan, and I love somebody who can deliver a great monologue, but they have to be able to deliver it. That's my thing. Like, if it's just a monologue for monologue's sake to pad runtime, then I am in the same boat as you. I'm like, this is stupid. But if it's actually earned and the person is doing it really well, then I'm like, oh, this is peak.
Well, 100%. If it's going to push the plot properly and add to the progression of the story, like a beautiful piece of butter on some pancakes and just kind of slides into it.
Yes, we love it.
That's what I can appreciate. Yes. When it feels like there's like too much on too much, it's like, wow, this junior chicken has a lot of mayo on it.
Perfect analogy.
Yeah. I'm still going to eat it, but I'm like not going to be happy about it.
Yeah. Like this isn't really what I wanted, but like it's fine.
I will have weird analogies forever, so please stay with us.
Honestly, this is kind of what I love about you and our friendship, is we both have real weird analogies that we seem to both understand. So
let's create something new.
Right? Like I'm so here for it. This movie kind of went through development hell as well. Like the script was originally optioned in 2011 by New Line, and it wound up being shuffled around a whole bunch, and like a bunch of changes were made to the script, because originally this had like a hard R rating, and it was very different. It was a lot more gruesome. It was a lot like the writing was also very harsh. Like, for example, when I was doing my research, apparently this sequence where Gertie talks about losing her virginity to an autistic guy was originally written like in a much meaner way, and Ali Ishikawa was like, I am not doing that, we're not saying that. And so she came up with the line that she says where she's like, actually he's very romantic.
Isn't that great?
And like, yeah, the director and everybody was like, yeah, that's actually a way better choice for like the script and for your character, so thank you. But that was her, because originally it was written very differently, apparently.
Which is terrible, because if everyone's self-diagnosing out there, that's a lot of people.
That's a lot of people.
That is a lot of people.
That's a lot of
but
people.
I don't like it's like, honestly, it made it so cute. I love how she defended it like that
too.
Yes.
Like Gertie seems like that
he was
kind of
really romantic.
Yeah, he was also really romantic, and I love how she's like fully defending him. She's not like embarrassed in any capacity. She's like, yeah, he was autistic. He was also really fucking romantic.
Yeah, like,
okay, like, back off. Like, and I love that for her. Although apparently for that part for Gertie, Ali Ishikawa was the only person they wanted. Like, they didn't even ask anybody else. Her agent and her reps all said no.
I just enjoy her.
Right? Me too. I love her. Big fan.
Yeah. It's just like, oh, you're in this?
But the director, apparently, he kept like pitching her team, trying to get in contact with her for so long. They all said no. They wouldn't even show her the script. It was just a straight up no. So he somehow managed to find her personal email address and reached out to her, which, like, for anybody who doesn't know, unless you're already an established name in filmmaking, you don't do that. That's a really great way to get slapped with like a cease and desist and a number of other things. Like, you can reach out to someone on Twitter, but their personal email is considered a little bit different. But apparently she gave him a chance, read the script, loved it, and was like, yeah, absolutely. I'm totally doing this.
Roll that dice.
Yeah, dude. Reach out to your heroes. Roll that dice.
Yes. But like, know when to roll that dice.
Yeah,
don't
and
just
also,
be
like,
rolling that
email
dice.
is one thing. We're not encouraging you to go any further than that.
Did you enjoy how they got into the screen? I loved this series of events.
I did. Although when I was watching the opening sequence when they're in the theater, first of all, when they first get in, and was it Duncan, the brother, and he falls over the velvet rope in the auditorium.
It's so
literally
great.
Screamed. I was like, oh my God, that's amazing. Apparently that was an accident. He just like accidentally tripped over it and they kept it in. He was one of my favorite parts of that movie. Because he's like the Randy from Scream.
Yes,
like, he's who I would be in this scenario. So big fan.
Oh, guys, we're fine.
We just gotta follow her. We're fine. It's like he can't even see us. Boom, machete to the side.
The fact that
he
I forgot so much of what happens in this movie. Like, I remembered the premise, but I forgot some of the finer details.
Yeah.
Like, I forget that they, he pops out and then they run him over.
Yes. Oh my God, that was great. But yeah, sorry to circle back to what you were saying with the opening. When they go into the screen in the theater, I was watching it and I liked the way they did it, where like the audience gestures were mimicking what was happening on the screen. I thought was really fun, and the fact that like the camera is static until it starts following this action, which was something they did throughout that I thought was really cool. But my first thought when I was watching it, you see the guy light up like a blunt basically in this theater, and then somebody else has like a 2-6 that they're just like openly drinking at. I was like, the fuck kind of theater is this where you're like where is it? I want to go, but like what kind of theater is this that'll just let you
screening
do that?
Is this?
Yeah, where you can just like light up in the theater in 2015 and like bring an open container. I also just realized that I'm Canadian and said 2-6, and so many people are not going to know what I meant by that. Big old bottle of liquor.
We're metric over here.
We sure are. Only sometimes though, because we're Canadian and it's confusing.
Sometimes they put both.
I would say we use both, so it's just like real confusing all the time. But anyway, yeah, that was my first thought, where I was like, damn, this theater though. And then like, yeah, the whole theater goes up, and I loved that randomly there is just a machete on the ground.
Right.
Somebody just like in the theater had a machete that they just dropped. And I love that they don't bother to explain that. They don't give you like anything.
The happenstance.
Yep. It's just like, this is how we're doing this. Just come with us on this ride. Like, just suspend your disbelief. We're going. And yeah, I loved it. The fact that they're like, oh, through the screen. They don't even go like around it, which is what you would do, because there is usually an exit behind the screen.
I did kind of feel like the cutting was unnecessary.
I did.
I'm just like, we're in a movie.
We're movie fans.
Yeah.
So you're like, you don't cut the screen, man.
No.
But in that scenario,
like, I feel like you guys could have like lifted it up. Like, I feel like
they are pretty heavy, but like you can usually go around them. Because they're like a story high. Like, they're pretty heavy, but like you can go around them.
Pull the screen.
Right?
That is a good fact. Yeah.
But I did like it, though. The fact that she just machetes through the screen and that's how they get in. Like,
right
that's
when you're
really
bleeding.
Fun. Yeah. That was really fun. And, like, even watching that sequence where, you know, they, like, cut open the screen and they're going through and it's just this, like, big light behind the screen and you can't see anything. Because, like, we all know movie projectors work from the other direction. Usually. It's not behind the screen, it's in front of the screen. So it's like this light source coming behind them and you're like, yeah, things are going to get weird, things are going to get fun.
Which I really enjoyed because it's like movies are already a portal to another dimension anyways.
Sure are, baby. Portal to another person's imagination. It's a great time.
So I love the fact that it's just like old school storytelling where you're like, if you cut the screen open into the movie, I feel like that's
you can walk into the movie.
A Bugs Bunny cartoon.
Yeah,
I feel like
it feels very like classic Hollywood, like in the like movie magic kind of way.
Somebody has to let me know if at the beginning of the Neverending Story 2 VHS, if you watched a Bugs Bunny cartoon and he goes into the movie, you have to let me know. Thank you.
What? Oh my God.
Don't you miss it when like movies would have things?
Jimmy, I didn't have that on VHS as a kid. What is this lore? I don't know about this.
Oh my gosh. So I think it was the Neverending Story 2. I had my grandparents had on VHS and I'm pretty sure it used to play like a Bugs Bunny cartoon before. And it was like all like movie related.
Oh my God. If you guys know what this is, please tell us in the comments.
I'll have to look it up.
Send us an email because I want to know what this is.
Make sure I'm just not a crazy person. I am, but I just want to make sure.
Yeah, but like in the way you know.
Yes.
You're not like hallucinating.
Yes, adjusted into society.
Yeah, like functioning crazy.
Yeah, aren't we all?
We try, babe. We try.
We try. Oh, so getting hard. In, that was, so the portal has been created.
So fun. So fun. And one thing I really noticed right off the bat was the set design in the camp.
Yeah.
How you've got these like big, fake, colorful flowers everywhere that are like very clearly fake, which I feel like actually kind of worked in a weird way because you're going onto a movie set. Like this is not real in like that way. It felt like they were selling that really well.
I thought, I did right? like them in the movie world because it felt like they were in
movie world.
Yes.
Well, what I thought was funny was apparently that was an accident that wasn't supposed to happen.
That's amazing.
Yeah, they told the whole premise that they sort of like told the creative department was when they go into the camp, they go into like a Technicolor world, like, you know, like old fashioned movies where it was like filmed in Technicolor, like that kind of a vibe. And then they got to set basically, and the writers were horrified when they showed up on location because the crew had been really literal. So they painted the cabin like bright colors and they planted all these like fake flowers everywhere so everything looks bright and sunny.
Oh my gosh.
And it actually wound up working really well in their favor, in my opinion.
Especially when you're trying to distinguish between the two. Because the real world was kind of poppy in color as well.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
So, and like, again, back to the beginning when we were talking about how it didn't test well with screening.
Yes.
So I was happy that they decided to edit it like that because then you felt like you got a distinction.
Yes.
And it was fun to open up with the movie trailer.
That was really fun.
Great. I really did like that.
I did. Apparently that was actually supposed to come later in the movie originally, but people couldn't understand the tone of the movie because it starts out with the accident and her losing her mom, and then we get into the screaming into the screening.
There was some screaming.
There was, but
wrong.
All of that. So they actually wound up re-editing it so that they had the trailer at the beginning in order to really sell the idea that it's about this 80s slasher, and it is a comedy. It's not just a straight drama. Although one thing I really liked about this is the car crash sequence and then the sequences at the beginning where they're in the real world. They actually shot those last because they wanted everybody to really believe the relationships between the actors. So they shot everything else first, so they had a chance to like get to know each other and bond and do all that stuff, and then they shot the sequences of them as friends. Which I do think is really smart.
Yes.
So let's get into it about the production of this movie, because this movie, like, they took some big swings, which I think is really interesting. So for this movie, when they were shooting it, basically, they didn't have a huge budget. They had a decent budget. We'll get into that later, but they didn't have a huge budget. So they used an actual Girl Scout camp. Like, they went to a Girl Scout camp to shoot for their location, but the cabins there weren't big enough for all the camera cranes and equipment. Because, like, for example, in the booby trap scene, they have all of the cameras, like, swishing around all over the room and following all the characters.
Because the camera work in this movie is really great.
It's really great.
It's really fun.
Their cinematographer and DOP team are, like, top-notch.
And you got to have fun because of the sequences that you were going to shoot.
Exactly.
For sure.
Really, really fun. But the camp actually didn't have a cabin big enough to accommodate all of the equipment that they would need.
So what did they do?
So the crew built it from scratch. Like, that navy colored cabin that you see in the whole movie, they built it. That is
Oh,
fully
that's
a thing.
amazing.
And there wasn't money in the budget for teardown, so the camp just kept it. It's still there. It's being used. It is structurally sound. It's perfectly safe. They literally just built this massive cabin that now the camp gets to keep.
Which is so great because you don't really have to do like insulation or anything like that.
Nope.
You just have to
Real
make a
simple.
structure
that is safe because it has stairs and stuff like that.
Of
So like it's got to be
course, of
safe, but
course.
like that's literally it. And yeah, now it's a
Wow.
cabin that's being used actively by this camp.
We got this shed for you.
Yeah, like we got
This
this
free
big
shed.
ass shed. Like love that for y'all. Oh,
It's not like when you leave a little crumb of something, it's like we're just gonna leave this fully sound structured building right
Here you go.
here. That's
I mean,
hilarious.
I almost wonder, like, did they get a discount from the camp since they got to keep the thing after? Like, because you charge a location fee.
You
Like,
said it's Girl Scouts. They got
I
a
mean-
box. They got a box or two.
oh, they got money from those cookies.
for cookies.
They got money.
Yeah. No, they just got cookies. They didn't get any money. They just got
yeah,
extra
they got paid in
cookies.
cookies.
And plus, it's American cookies.
Oh,
So that means you guys have more variety than we do. That's
Way
why.
more
That's why I
variety.
said it the way I did.
we have like 3 in Canada. You guys have like a dozen.
Yeah.
So, how did you feel about our killer Billy's mask? Is my question.
I
How
thought
did
it was fun.
I kind of hated it. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of hated it.
It's too cheesy.
It's just big and square and looks weird. Like
I like the fact because it reminds me of the outhouse. I love a good flashback lore scene.
that I did think was really fun.
It
the
was so
flashbacks.
good.
And the way they used the flashbacks later in the movie where like they're trying to escape, so they start a flashback so that they'll get sucked in and have a minute to like gather themselves. I thought was
Also-
really fun.
Excellent writing exercise.
Really good.
You know,
Yeah.
instead of it being a hero's journey, it is a villain's journey. Where did you come
Exactly.
from? How
Where-
fun. What a fun thing to write.
So fun.
But yeah, the mask was
The
fucking...
mask was a lot.
Yes.
I didn't love it. And apparently it actually got changed during filming. So, excuse me. The original one had a much more prominent, like, brow bone eyebrow design.
Okay.
Basically, to the point where the crew dubbed it the Eugene Levy mask, apparently, while they were shooting. And it got so distracting that they decided to change it. So the only time you see the original mask is when he is in the window behind Gertie in the cabin. It's just like a little cutaway.
Oh.
That's the only time you see it because it was so
Oh.
distracting that the crew was like, yeah, I think we're gonna have to do something about this because that's a lot.
They were challenged, though, because they had to choose something that would kind of resemble the hockey mask.
Sort of, but like I feel like, I don't know, it almost actually reminded me of the mask that Jim Carrey wears in The Mask.
Yes.
The like wooden
Yes.
looking version of it that he wears.
No,
like,
100%.
It reminded me of that a lot.
100%.
But I don't know, as I say, there's something about it where it looked like there was just a big square of something on his face. Like, I don't know. Something about that design just like didn't
Do it
work
for
for
you.
me. It just didn't
Yeah,
mesh for
totally.
me. But thinking of the flashbacks that you mentioned, apparently his origin story, the pose on the poster for the sequel that you see in the movie, The Camp Blood 2, as well as him being set on fire and like a bunch of other things are actually all references to The Burning from 1981, and specifically the villain, the character of Cropsy. He's imitating Cropsy in like
Which is
everything.
great, because-
which when you know about it, you're like, oh fuck,
That
he
makes
really
sense,
is.
yeah.
Yeah, damn.
Like, it is supposed to be, like, it's maybe, possibly, allegedly one of the original slashers is The Burning.
It is. It is. If I remember correctly, though, it was directed by Harvey Weinstein.
It is.
Realistically, like within the horror community, yes, everybody admits that Harvey Weinstein is terrible because, fact, he's terrible. But they also loved The Burning for so long, for like so many years before they found out about Harvey Weinstein, that they still have a lot of attachment to it, which in a weird way I kind of get. For some people, if you really love the art, you know, in your mind, you kill the artist in that way if they're a terrible person, where you're
And-
like, I'm going to separate you from this. And
And
that-
it wasn't just him that worked on that
No,
movie.
no, not
It's
at
such
all.
a crew of
And-
people, so I totally get
Well, my
what
thing
you're
is just
saying.
like, it's up to every individual.
Yes.
That's always my thing. Like, I don't think there is a blanket rule in that sense. I think if you're comfortable with it and you decide you're okay with it, you can consume that media. But if someone isn't, you also don't get to judge them for that. Like, either way.
Oh, yeah.
Just make it up. Case by case basis, person by person basis. That's how that works.
Dismissed.
Exactly. And we're stable in the high horse. Thank you so much. Off she goes. Good
There
girl.
she goes.
We'll give her some carrots later. But She's a good girl.
Oh yeah, the slasher series is so fun. So many good kills. As much as people think slashers are pointless, there's still a point.
There's not, and honestly,
it's not just the knife.
Let's get into this for a moment here, because I feel like one of the bigger complaints about a lot of slasher
intro
movies
horror.
is that, like, yeah, it is. It's absolutely intro horror. I completely agree. And I feel like a lot of people are like, oh, it's just like hot girls getting stabbed, and it's like stupid. And I'm like, okay, let's examine this for a moment. Let's sit with this for a second. Well, you may arguably be correct for a lot of movies. That is a fair argument, that it is just a lot of people getting tortured and things like that. That's fair. Mm-hmm. The final girl who comes from this movie is one of the only female characters, especially in like 70s, 80s, even 90s media, who gets agency. She gets decisions. She has to be resourceful. And even if it is by dumb luck that she survives, she still had to get there. She had to survive the whole first, 80 minutes of the movie before that final dumb luck sequence where like someone saves her or something happens. Like, she still had to survive all that stuff. And she's the only one who does. So she's doing something right. She's making those decisions as a character. So, no, y'all are wrong. Final girls are feminist. Thank you. This has been Feminism Corner with Becca. Thank you so much. Y'all can't see, but Jayme's making a little corner gesture.
I made a corner.
Right now. She made a little corner with her hands.
I'm in my corner.
Yep, I'm in my corner. But again, for more on this, please read Men, Women, and Chainsaws. But yeah, I really feel like this movie also kind of leans into that as well, which I think is really fun. Like, when you have towards the end of the movie where like they've told the characters that they're in a movie and they have to try and survive and all of this stuff, and you have Nancy Mellon Ackerman volunteering to be the final girl. Mm-hmm. I feel like that's the epitome of that.
It was so fun to see how the movie was changed with them being in it. I liked
with
that.
Them being involved.
Yeah, that part was perfect.
I really loved, because they're like, guys, we have to just say something. Like, we can't keep this from them. We have to just say something.
No, and him getting hit with the machete to prove that, no, you guys are not
you are not safe. I loved that when they're like establishing the rules of the movie, and he's like, oh no, it's fine. We just have to stick next to the final girl. Her name's Paula, and then we'll live. It'll be like watching a movie. It'll be fine. Boom, machete to your side. You're basically dead. Like,
I loved all the tropes that they played on.
I loved
all the stereotypes. I loved all
fun.
the little hints of everything. It's just such a fun setup, because as a society who likes to binge watch things,
yes,
we were both fortunate enough when we discover a franchise, there has been 7 or 6 or 8 or 10.
At least 3.
Yes.
At least.
And then you're just like, wow, this is going to be my summer because I'm going to become nocturnal.
Yes, absolutely. This is my plan.
If people were on sports teams or played baseball, I did not play baseball.
No, I did not.
I was inside.
I was an indoorsy girl watching movies.
Yes.
No shame. And like the fact that they sort of rip the rug out from under you that way, where, like, you think you're going to be safe. Nope, he's getting a machete.
It's great.
You think Paula's your final girl? Nope, she's dying in a fiery inferno.
Yes.
And that's it.
Yes.
Although, I'm going to go ahead and burn one of our fun facts here, because this is one of my favorites. Are you ready for a fun fact about our girl Paula?
Oh, tell me about Paula.
Okay. So Adam Devine, who plays Kurt, and Chloe Bridges, who play Paula, first met initially after being seated next to each other on the plane to set for this movie. Unaware that Bridges was in the film, Devine was confused when she started having a long conversation with him, but they actually fell in love on set. And they got married in 2021.
See, that's beautiful.
Which is so cute. That's how you met your wife? I think that's
adorable. Thank you so much for telling me that, because I knew he was married. And then I was having the thought earlier today, thinking about, I'm like, wait, isn't that his wife?
That is his wife. That's how they met.
Didn't want to look it up.
That's how they met. I'm glad you didn't. That's how they met. They met on the plane going to set. He had no idea who she was. She obviously knew who he was from Workaholics. Just started chatting to him, and they fell in love making this movie.
I love love.
Especially because their only scenes are her making fun of him and then they die. Like, that's their interaction on screen, and then you wind up falling in love. Like, I love that. Although,
I loved how after school special they died too.
Oh God, it was so good. The fact that he becomes like a little human donut and she just explodes.
Yes.
Like, so good.
But like the thing is you have to put those in there.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You need those deaths in there.
So many good little trope details.
Right? And like a little tack on to that fun fact. Originally, she actually wasn't supposed to play Paula. Originally, it was going to be Chloe Sevigny, but she had to drop out due to scheduling conflicts.
crazy. That would change the whole dynamic.
Would change the whole thing if it was Chloe Sevigny. Could you imagine?
That's because the love was supposed to love.
Right? That was fate. Oh, that was fate bringing in your wife. That's how that happened, because Adam Devine was already signed up, and then they brought her in after Chloe is her name.
It's so great. He's so funny in it. He's great.
He's just insane, and I love it.
Like, it was such a solid cast of people.
It was. They cast this movie really well.
I could literally just say, oh, I like this person,
right?
Continuously through this list.
Thais Farmiga, she's great. She's done a lot of fun horror properties and things like that. She's really fun. Now she's in that show, The Gilded Age. I haven't seen any of it, but apparently she's really, really good. So love that for her. Nina Dobrev, Vampire Diaries queen. Okay,
love that.
I was in high school when that was on. I remember.
Love her in Degrassi.
Oh yes, my Degrassi queen, Jimmy. We'll always bring it back to Degrassi on this show.
And then she just goes into another television series
immediately. And honestly, love that for you, queen.
Yeah.
Get it.
Oh, I like that show.
Work
what
as
a great
actor.
show.
Get it.
I'll say it.
Right? And then oh God, honestly, I'm a huge fan of Alia Shawkat. I've loved her since Arrested Development. Big fan. Maybe. What's up? Love
always
her.
Adds,
Yep, she's always great. She was also in Green Room that we did previously as well.
Yes.
We love her. I did really love Thomas Middleditch, who played Duncan, because he was kind of my favorite through the whole movie.
He embodied the character
so
he was he had so much representation to represent.
He was the first person cast, actually, because it was partially based on a short that he worked on with the writer, they're friends.
Oh, cool.
So he was the first person to get attached to it, basically, before it was even really a feature. He was part of it.
Okay, great. Okay.
And I love that they brought him along. And then we do also have Vancouver native Alexander Ludwig. He is from North Vancouver.
Yes. And then it was crazy because especially
I remember him from Vikings was where I saw him.
His career was really popping off around that time.
Yeah,
too.
this was
they
when
were
it was
really
popping
making
off.
him a fan.
Yeah, they were really trying to push him.
Yes.
And honestly, he's great in this. He's really good.
He is.
I remember I watched him on Vikings, and I gave up on that show a few seasons, and I never finished it. But this was actually really fun. I was like, oh, you're actually playing kind of a sweetie, kind of a jock, I guess, in the movie, but kind of like a little cutie patootie.
I was rooting
for you.
I was rooting.
I was rooting for him.
You just want people to root for.
Exactly. I was into it.
Stephen
okay.
Root. Sorry.
Yes, my guy, Stephen Root. Let's fucking go. Anybody who hasn't watched Widow's Bay, check it out. It's amazing. 10 out of 10. But I think this movie was cast great.
How do you feel about the ending?
Okay.
Because as two people that have to pitch,
we do. This movie was hard.
It was really hard.
It was
to be honest.
Really hard to pitch for. Well, I tell you what. Why don't we finish up some of our stuff here, because I do actually have some info on sequels and franchises and what was planned and all different.
No, please
kinds of
get
things.
into that, because then that's perfect. That's perfect
for this movie. With the ending where it's they're in the sequel,
yes,
basically, which I do think is honestly kind of a great way to end this movie.
It makes sense.
Apparently, it didn't test well, which I thought was interesting, because they tested it where only. Was it Alexander Ludwig and Thais Farmiga are the only ones who survived? They tested that.
Okay.
They tested the version where all the friends survive. They also tested a version where Adam Devine somehow survived and is with them.
Where's that cut?
I want to see that cut 100%. But they tested badly. So they actually wound up editing all the different versions they shot into the one that we got. But I don't really know how else you end this movie, because if they just wake up back in reality, then okay, I guess that's an ending, but it would be kind of unsatisfying.
It would be unsatisfying. I'm also I think they're in purgatory. I think that they're dead.
I think that's a fun idea. I think that's a really fun idea.
Little metaphor. I've seen people also I'm not a genius. I didn't just come up with that. People have have thought that as well, and I do kind of see that, because it doesn't make sense that they would survive a fire like that if they stepped, because where are their bodies? Exactly. Not to be all where are the bodies?
But where are the bodies? Well, for me, I operated in the theory that it's like any other really big slasher sequel, using Friday the 13th as an example.
Yes.
Very obvious choice. Where she should be dead at the end of the first one, and then she's just magically back at the beginning of the second one. So I wasn't mad at them surviving, because I felt like that was the trope that they were playing on, where it's
that's perfect example, because the head is in the fridge.
Exactly.
She survived. She's dead.
Exactly. And you've got Duncan, who got the machete to the side at the beginning. That would kill you, period. That would kill you. And he's there in the hospital, and he's reaching up to his whatever, lifting up his gown to show her scar, and I'm you would have stitches, you would not be able to do that. you would not be able to move. You would literally just be laying in bed with an injury of that kind. So I just was like, horror movie logic is what applies here. He's fine. They all lived.
I loved the quick cut edits to all the different props to represent that they are in a different timeline.
Oh,
and
it was
just
so
like
funny.
And they took the classic like they're going to town.
Yeah.
They're not driving, but they're going to town.
Yeah. Oh,
With the nurse and the doctor. Like it was pretty
all
cute.
of
There
it.
was so
And,
many elements I liked. It
Yeah.
just feels like the perfect word you said was just slightly disjointed.
A little
There's
bit, yeah.
good bones here.
Yes, I think it could
And
have
everyone
been
involved was like everything was like doing well.
I
you
feel
know?
like the script needed like one more pass. And then it would have
Yeah,
been perfect to
yeah.
just kind of like fill out some of those little things, make it a little more cohesive so it doesn't feel disjointed.
Mm-hmm.
Don't really change a ton, just like add a couple things here and there, and then this movie would have been flawless.
And I'm just always a sucker for a higher rating too, because once
I want to see the R-rated version of this, and like I get why studios don't, because you don't make as much money, and like I
Yeah.
understand, but at the same time, like this would have been better if it was an R-rated version.
And I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, I still feel like this was like the end of the DVD era, so I feel like
Yeah,
they
a
could have
little
had
bit.
a good like rental release as well.
Well,
you know what I mean? Because sometimes movies do movies do
Let's
well.
get into it, Jimmy.
Okay,
Let's
beautiful.
get into it.
Because I forget, did this one have a theatrical? Like, I don't know where my head was at in 2015.
So basically, for this movie, not really.
Okay,
Is
okay.
the answer. So it was released in March of 2015 at South by Southwest initially, and then it got a limited release in the US in October of that year, but that was it. It was only in a few theaters. This was not a big movie.
Okay.
This was a sort of like a film festival darling where like people were hearing about it, and then it started streaming, and that was where it really started to like gain some legs.
Okay.
Basically, was when
Okay.
it was streaming. But that said, as of March 2019, this was the last stat I could find, it's actually made $1.3 million through DVD and Blu-ray sales.
Beautiful.
Which we love to hear.
Beautiful.
Physical media forever, friends. But yeah, this movie, do you want to guess what its budget was?
I'm going to go for 12 million.
Not even close. Jimmy.
Ooh, okay.
I couldn't find a firm number for this, but it's between 4.5 and 4.6 million.
Okay, that
So
makes more
much,
sense.
much lower.
That makes more sense.
And since it didn't get a theatrical release, it didn't really make its money back. But the writer-director's comment was basically like, we have an idea for a sequel. We want to do it, but we need to get the movie in more theaters, and it needs to get a little more groundswell before that can happen. And this was in like 2015, 2016.
Yes.
As of 2026, nothing is slated at this point, which honestly kind of sad, because like I would be down for a sequel to this movie.
There's bones.
There's bones. It could be really fun. And when we get into our pitches, I will talk about what their idea for a sequel was. We will talk about that, but not just yet. So there could potentially be a sequel for this movie at some point.
You almost got to hope so, because we are overdue for a really good, not Scream-related
Meta horror, yeah.
But we also
Well,
went through a series where everything seemed to be
meta.
Yeah, so it can
all
get
the time.
Yeah.
I'm down for a meta horror comedy though. Like that's a little
Always.
niche I feel like we haven't seen in a while, because we've seen some
Yes.
meta comedies, we've seen some meta horrors. Like, okay, let's do a little mashup here. Let's see what we can find.
Yes.
So when this movie came out, basically, it had actually pretty solid reviews. Like, people liked it. Like, even on Rotten Tomatoes, the review said, "The Final Girls offers an affectionate nod to slasher tropes while adding a surprising layer of genuine emotion to go with the meta amusement."
Yeah.
Which I do think is a very fair reading of this movie.
Yes.
It currently sits at 76% critics on Rotten Tomatoes and 71% audience. So pretty solid. Like, this is a solid movie. I did really enjoy this.
I honestly, my score for this movie is very similar to that. I like how this was made for horror fans.
Yes.
This is for
very much
the
so.
people.
This is for us.
And very for the ladies.
This is for us.
This is
Yeah.
for us. This is
Specifically, you and I. This is for us.
take it back, you know? Like it's pretty good. Yeah. I just wish that it was like tightened up. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Although that said,
all it takes is like we were talking about earlier, just one speech or something,
Yeah.
just to kind of like keep the tone where it is instead of it's being less drama heavy, because that's the hardest part about blending genres.
yeah, is finding the
making-
balance.
Yes, the merriment.
I say it. That said, though, this does have a tight hour-and-a-half runtime, which we love to
It
see.
is great.
It's
It's
a-
great.
It just
that way.
moves right along. It's a
It
very
does.
compact story, which I'm very into. For me, for the best, I literally just wrote Duncan and Tina. Like, I love them. Tina's an icon.
Oh,
my favorite.
yes.
She has the phone. Yeah, this is a phone. Sure. Hi, operator. My phone's not plugged into anything.
It was great.
We don't have time for this.
It was so great. If you don't have one night in your life where you haven't tried to be Tina, like you're not really
then
living.
you're not living.
Yeah.
You're not living.
Where's the progression? She was a
Right?
cutie patootie. Oh, also, unfortunately, like just for budget reasons, sadly, some of their effects weren't great. And then also because of the rating system that they chose, not as much gore as you'd think either.
Right? That's kind of why I want to see an R-rated version of this. I want to see something that like really leans into the horror aspects of this a little bit more. I think that would have been really, really fun.
Because we're gonna explore throughout the series those scenes in particular that have been referenced a lot.
Absolutely. And like
I'm stoked.
I'm so pumped, man. So before we get into our ratings and rewatches and all that fun stuff, I do have a couple other fun facts for you.
Hit it.
Yeah, let's go. So at the beginning of the movie where we have our car crash sequence and our characters singing Betty Davis Eyes, the original plan actually was to use the Madonna song Like a Prayer. That was what they really wanted. So they actually wrote an impassioned letter to Madonna, who replied and said, you can use any song in my catalog except Like a Prayer because I don't license that one. However, Like a Prayer is featured in Never Been Kissed. So what are you telling me? Madonna, what are we doing here? Excuse me, ma'am. What's happening? You just like make an exception for Drew Barrymore, which like I could understand. I would too. But
I'm really glad you explained that fun fact because I was curious why they chose that song. Like it's not like it's not a bad song to choose, but it's just an interesting one because that one does kind of seem it's very on the nose, so maybe it does kind of work out better that way.
They had a few options that they had gone through, but Betty Davis Eyes wound up being the one that they could get the rights to and things like that because that so often is the decision for stuff like that. Like even in our Tusk episode, we talked about how Kevin Smith said that 90% of their budget went to Fleetwood Mac to use the song Tusk. So like
imagine if it was made today and they used the JoJo Siwa version.
I don't want to think about that.
That's the real horror, you guys.
Think about that.
I appreciate the hustle of JoJo, but I'm not sure about this whole.
We could do a whole other podcast just on that whole situation.
It would have to start with Dance Moms. There's
so much lore.
The people that have done the time. I really appreciate you.
I respect you. Yeah. I couldn't do it.
That's some insanity.
So
give us a couple years and then we.
Oh God, no, Jayme, I can't. Never say never, but like I can't.
Timeline, yeah.
So when Todd Strauss-Sloshen was working on the script, he actually spent several days hopped up on Adderall, which is how that storyline made it into the movie. Apparently, he had an experience.
Just a poke and nod to your drug use.
Yeah,
so cute.
That's
funny.
Some insider knowledge there.
Yes.
And finally, this is our final fun fact for today, friends, which I warned Jayme before we started recording that I really hope she didn't know because I want to surprise her because this is probably for me the coolest part of this whole movie. So, the screenplay was written, at least in part, by Joshua John Miller. Remember, we mentioned this name before. As a way to process his father's death. Miller's father, Jason Miller, was an actor and writer who appeared as Father Karras in The Exorcist.
Isn't that amazing?
His father is the young priest from The Exorcist.
So I feel so bad because I did know this fun fact.
Okay, well, hear me out. I'm not quite finished yet.
Okay,
so
perfect.
The script for The Final Girls was in part inspired by The Exorcist, with Miller pointing out, I grew up watching my dad in The Exorcist, and there's something haunting, strange, confusing, and a little bit unnatural to see your parent constantly die in a film. But there's something that it's also become so iconic, so we tried to deconstruct what the effects of that would be, as well as what it would be like if you had a second chance, but your second chance was inside of a movie.
Wow.
That is so fucking cool.
It's cool. It's heavy. It explains why there's such a a heaviness to it and like why it was important to keep it in as well.
Yes. I feel like that's why those emotional beats hit so well.
They do.
At that point. Because this is a person basically, obviously it's fictionalized, but like trying to draw on their own experiences. And so you have that grain of truth that really comes through in this movie, which I really appreciated. Because this movie could have been really cheesy and really bad really easily.
And what a weird experience feeling sad while there's a striptease happening.
Right. And also like for Joshua Miller, like your father passes away. Obviously, that's rough at any time, in any way. But then having also grown up or as an adult, watching your dad die on screen over and over and over and over and over. Because that's an iconic death scene, right? Like the stairs, everything like that's a whole thing.
And it's a very unique experience. So it is cool to I don't want to say cool, but
it's fascinating.
I'm glad that they felt open enough to express that through this type of art.
Yeah,
to be flowery about it.
Oh, totally. And I love that was his reaction, was like, that's how we're going to explore this.
So his writing partner for this movie, they also wrote the 2024 movie The Exorcism with Russell Crowe, where he is playing a father.
Wrote that?
Yes.
Okay, because that movie was insane.
Because I wanted to see, 2024 was a year of so many possession movies, and Russell Crowe playing a priest.
So many of them. Oh wait, sorry.
This is I don't think this is the one where I forget if this is the one where he. Because there's two.
There's two. I was just.
I'm not sure if this is the one. I'm not sure if it's Vespa or not Vespa.
Okay, I was like, is he the Italian exorcist or is he the actor playing an exorcist? I feel like it's probably the second one.
I think it's the second one where he does have he's kind of an alcoholic and he has his daughter, and it's really that movie has.
And he winds up actually getting possessed.
I can't believe that movie has more weight now, knowing that.
Yeah, I was just thinking I might have to rewatch that now, knowing it's the same writer, because I watched it when it came out. I was like, this movie's kind of trash. Like what are we doing here?
His dad got possessed, but definitely the emotional experience of going through that.
Because
I'm such a unique experience.
Depending how old he is, because I have no idea how old he is, he may remember his dad shooting The Exorcist. He may remember what his dad was like when he was coming home from shooting The Exorcist every day. Oh my God, I'm definitely going to have to rewatch that now. Thank you for that fun fact, Jimmy. I did not know.
When you just go through IMDb,
I do,
because you're always curious to see what people have done, and then making the red string connections, because that is how my brain.
The Charlie Day red strings, yes, that is how our brains work. Yeah.
Of course.
So, what would you rate this movie, Jimmy?
I'm giving this a 6.5.
I went a little higher. I actually gave this an 8. I really enjoyed this. I think this is really fun. I think it's great intro horror as well. Like if you're somebody who has sort of like watched the classics in terms of like slashers and final girls.
Gruesome. There is heart to it.
Exactly. It's a nice entryway into those things if it's something that you are like starting out with. So I did really enjoy this. And honestly, it was genuinely really funny. I actually laughed a lot. Like I laughed more than I thought I was going to. I really liked this movie. I would potentially knock my rating down to like a 7.5 maybe, but I don't think I would go any lower than that. I actually really liked this. Would you rewatch this?
I would actually.
I also absolutely would. Yeah, I would rewatch 100%. This easily, anytime. Should we pitch?
Let's freaking pitch.
Okay. I'm going to warn everybody right now, because normally I am she of the detailed pitches. I struggled with this one. I'm not going to lie. I struggled. So my pitch is very short and vibes-based.
I'm so happy we decided to choose this movie. But then I saw the ending and was reminded about how this is going to be a little difficult.
Right? I had never seen it before, so then I watched it and went, fuck. So I do have a pitch for you today, but it's very short. Okay.
We'll balance it out.
It'll be fine.
I'm so curious. Okay,
let's go. After fighting their way out of the hospital, our group of friends move through Camp Bloodbath 2, trying to find their way out of the sequel. Despite their best efforts, they find themselves back at Camp Bluefinch, once again fighting for their lives against Billy the Psycho.
Oh, that's they're in purgatory.
15 seconds. That's it. That's all I got, guys. I'm sorry.
I'm proud of you. That was so good. It was a hard one.
I'm so sorry. This was so hard to pitch for.
I was like, I'm happy that I even thought of something.
Yeah, it was hard. Okay.
Ready?
Yes. Okay, go.
Alrighty. A new group of teens are going to the Portal Theater
to
watch a 24-hour double bill of Camp Bloodbath. They arrive when the sequel starts, noticing our previous group of survivors are in the movie. They get them out, but they bring Billy with them. Can they defeat him in the real world?
Oh, I love that.
Thank you.
That's so fun. That's a great one. I really like that. That's a really good one.
Because it's a portal.
Yeah. I love that you're using the established portal lore. I'm here for this. Yeah.
Thank you.
This is so fun. That's a great idea.
not gonna lie, pretty proud.
That's a really good one. Yeah.
We really take turns, Becca.
We really
detailed
do.
versus not detailed.
We really do, and I love that for us.
That's why I come back every week, every month.
You never know what you're going to get.
I say, yeah, come back every month.
Yeah, come back for every episode, guys. You never know what you're going to get.
Please.
Please, we love you. Okay, yeah, I love that. That's a great pitch.
Thank you.
Do you want to know what the supposed sequel would potentially be about?
I would.
So basically, the other screenwriter, Marc Effortin, stated that there had been discussions about a potential sequel, and it would actually be about Max's father. Because she says in the movie she never met her dad. She doesn't know who he is.
Oh, because then that way you can spin an entirely different story.
Exactly.
Because that's the thing, is how can you...
Because we don't know who her dad is, so maybe he was the star of the sequel and that her mom hooked up with or something like that. Like, we don't know. It could be anybody.
Really, realistically, though, I feel like our pitches are more true to what could be a good sequel.
Fair.
Because either they are going to do the same thing again, and we will be watching to see if they would make it out, because that's basically what the first one is how do you get out of this? Because you're either going in or you're getting out.
Yeah,
there's
it's one of the
no
two.
In between, because he's not dead.
No,
and
he can't die.
Neither
he
are
can't
they.
die.
Yeah.
He's the boogeyman. He can't die.
And with a new group of teens, I thought you have a new group of people to come to their demise.
Exactly, but you got to have some of your original people, your legacy casting.
Yeah, that's the thing.
We know how this works now in 2026.
We love them. Yeah, we
Right.
do. We do.
In the year 2026, we know how this works.
Exactly. Meta on meta.
Meta on meta.
Very excited for this series. We're going to hit up some classics.
It's going to be great. So, Jimmy, was this movie worth the bitch?
I think it was worth the bitch.
I absolutely agree.
It is.
I think this is worth watching. This is worth discussing. This is worth the bitch. I really, really enjoyed this. I think it's really, really fun. And I agree. Great way to start off our new series. This is going to be such a great series, you
I
guys.
think so.
I'm so excited. We're going to cover some absolutely iconic horror titles and even more iconic final girls. It's going to be a great time. And we've got a bunch of fun programming planned for you guys for the next while. So, yeah, definitely keep an eye on our social media. We're going to be doing a lot more fun stuff on there coming up as well. If you guys want to reach out to us, please feel free to do so on Instagram. We are at Pitch and Bitch Pod, which is PITCH and BITCHPOD, or you can send us an email at pnb.pod.show@gmail.com. We would love to hear from you. And until next time, guys, I'm Becca.
I'm Jayme.
And this has been Pitch and Bitch.
Thank
See
you for
next
being
time.
here. Bye.